Is this you looking ridiculous on the first tee or on the driving range trying to get the upper body warm? Well, you're not alone. And today I'm going to show you a few things that we can do to really open up that thoracic spine, get you rotating way better so you don't have to do these silly things out on the course. And one way we really want to start is just see if you actually do have a problem with that main rotary center of your thoracic spine that can limit you in your golf swing. All right, so this is a quick assessment and we're going to go through a few exercises depending on how the assessment looks on Erika, my beautiful wife here. And this is real easy to do from home. Yeah, we've got a few clubs here, but you can do this in your house. We're not going to swing them. So all you need, a couple of irons, a driver, and a bench. So how we set up this assessment is we're going to make the most perfect X we can possibly make with these two clubs, and we're going to set it on the floor in front of our bench. All right, we want to make it as perfect as possible so that way we can get some good readings here. Basically, each one of these boxes is making like a 90-degree angle, but as I sit, it would be about 45 degrees, and we're going to sit here and rotate and see how each side looks as we rotate our upper body independently of our lower body is a key thing here. So Erika has actually never done this before or seen this, I don't think, so this is going to be kind of fun. She has no idea what she's about to have to do. But go ahead, honey, have a seat on the edge of the bench. And then go ahead and put that club behind your back like you're going to back squat it.
Okay.
So like set it on the, yep, that's perfect. You can go a little higher. High bar back squat. Okay. She actually knows what a back squat is. Most people like put it way up here on the top of their head. All right. And what's really important here is that we are testing just the upper body. So I want to make sure her knees actually stay really close together, and I actually want them touching if that's possible. If not, you can cross your legs.
I'm pretty bow-legged.
Yeah, she's a little bow-legged here, but they're touching so that way we can keep the lower body still and rotate just the upper body. So now what I want you to do first is just rotate to one side. So it doesn't matter, you pick a side, just turn. As much as you can while keeping the knees forward and the upper body rotating. And so the club is kind of a marker, but we're actually looking at her shoulders here. So from standing down the line here, what I can see is that she's right at 45 degrees. Can you turn even more? You got any more than that? Come on. There you go. So she's got a really good range. So as a right-handed player, this would be her backswing. So now let's go into your downswing. And I'm going to step over to the other side, see what we got here. Keeping the legs still. So you know she's working a little bit harder, right?
That's about it.
So here, she's a little limited, right? It's like right at, this would be what I would call it good, not great, and not bad. This would be good, this would be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and go test the other side again. So rotate back just so you can see which one is tighter. And just because one is tighter than the other doesn't mean I'm only gonna work on rotating one direction or only on one side. Just because it's weaker doesn't mean we just omit and not work on the strengths. So go ahead, turn the other way. So this is really good. For you guys at home, it probably won't look this good. I've done hundreds of these, and she's probably in the top 1% here of people that have done these really well. All right, but just for fun, I wouldn't say she needs any of these, but again, in the golf swing, if you have something that's a strength, make it your superpower, all right? Don't just skip it. Be like, oh, I'm good there. I don't need it anymore, right? We're still gonna work on it. Even the longest hitters on course or on tour still work on hitting the ball even further, all right? So we're done here with this, and we're gonna go a few mobility drills to help you open up and strengthen the rotation of your thoracic spine. All right, so our first mobility drill is gonna be over here on the wall doing a book opener. So a book opener is gonna isolate that upper body rotation, and the wall is just a great way to stabilize your lower body, so that way we can just work on what we are trying to work on, which is rotating the thoracic spine. So what you're gonna do, if you have a foam roller, this is a really great thing to have. You're gonna set up in this half kneeling position, so one foot on the ground, or one knee on the ground, one knee up, and the knee that's up is gonna be away from the wall, and then we're going to get the foam roller in between the wall and the knee, and you're going to push into it. So get close, make sure it's flat, really drive that knee in there. So then before you start doing anything, make sure your setup is correct. So you should have the knee on the ground, it should be straight up and down, and you should even feel a stretch in the hip. All right, and then what I want you to do is squeeze your left butt cheek, squeeze the abdominals, so that way you are nice and tight, and that way we can just focus on the torso rotation. So now what Erika's going to do, she's going to drive this knee into into the foam roller, so that way her lower body is very stable and we can work on just upper body mobility. So she's gonna stick both her hands out in front, kind of like you're praying. And then from here, she's gonna kind of reach that left arm forward and rotate back and bring this arm all the way back. And what I want her to focus on is not just moving the shoulder, it's gonna be moving the upper body, all right? So we know the shoulder, for most of us, can move really well, but the upper back is what can be tight. So we want to rotate, want to pull this arm forward. And what I like to think about is if I had a jersey on and I had my name written across the back, I'd be able to show it to someone that's on the other side of this wall. So now come back forward. And then again, and again, you want to really focus on moving this, your sternum, and just opening up, not just moving the shoulder. All right, so this can be anywhere between 6 to 10 reps per side. I also like to have a little fun and either keep your head facing forward, or you can turn the head. You can really feel like if your neck is stiff, because in the golf swing, it doesn't look like we move our neck, but we actually do. And then, so go ahead and come back forward. And then another variation you can do is if she wants to just kind of glide this arm up, over, and then now kind of show her chest to the wall and open this arm forward and rotate back. And then now come back up and over. Again, you guys, I'm having a lot of fun because like Erika's actually never done some of these before, so I'm just like throwing them at her for fun. And you will feel a big shoulder stretch, open up the chest, and you can see here the thoracic spine is turning. So again, 6 to 10 reps per side. This one's kind of optional. Definitely make sure you open up this arm. So if you have a stick mobility stick, this is actually my absolute favorite way to do the book opener exercise. So you're lying on your side and you've got your bottom leg completely straight and you're driving the stick into a wall or a dumbbell or something stable. Then you're gonna lay your down leg straight, point the toe up just a little bit this way, and drive that on top of the stick. Then you're gonna lift the stick up with your arm and bring the other leg underneath, and then you're basically going to just pin it down. You can put it somewhere on your calf, you can put it up on your knee. I like to have this arm straight as well so that we can get this big opening effect when you go across. And now it's just the same thing we were doing up on the wall, and what Erika's gonna do is she's gonna keep this leg down, she's gonna drive this stick down, holding everything, and then try to basically pin her shoulder blades like in wrestling, and open up the upper back. This one is really good. You might feel a few pops in here. This one works really well. So she's gonna hold for just a few seconds, come back over. And then on this one, I wanna make sure once she gets to the end, go ahead and go. You don't have to go this slow.
I like to go slow.
Now, once you're in this position, I want you to press this foot down into the floor. Feel that opens you up even more, those lateral lines.
Yeah, that's good.
Good. So you could do this with a PVC pipe. I think they may break. These stick mobility sticks are made to handle like being really bent and held down. So I don't know if you could use something else, but this is a great tool if you have it available. Now we're not actually doing a quote unquote mobility exercise. This would be a strength training exercise, because when it comes to training more range of motion, you have to add in an element of strength. You can't just stretch and get more range of motion. You have to actually own that range of motion, and you have to do that with strength. So we're over here on a cable machine. You can use a band if you don't have cables, and we're going to, again, rotate the torso independently of the lower body. All right, so what we want Erika to do here is basically lock her hips in place, keep them square, squeeze your butt, squeeze everything, even squeeze your quads, so that way you can really make sure that the lower body doesn't do the work, that we are trying to get it from the upper body. So what she's doing here is just a tall kneeling torso rotation. And again, my cue here is that I want to see her upper body turn and not just a chop with the arms. Can you show what people would get an idea of what it would look like if you just use your arms? It would look very much like that. All right, so notice the difference. See her shoulders turning a little bit, but not a whole lot in the torso, and that's what we really need to get a bigger, stronger, more powerful backswing. So now, if you see it again, yeah, and there she's using her hips and doing all sorts of things that we don't want. So now, what we want to do, a few more reps of just doing it right. Lower body locked in, big turn in the upper body. The cue, again, is if she had a jersey on, I could read her last name, and then she's turning back this way, slow and under control. and the people on the other side of the room could now read the jerseys well. When she was just doing the arm chop, you couldn't see that big turn, and we need the bigger muscles to turn in the golf swing so we can have more range, more strength, more speed, and more power. So, thank you, honey. Thank you guys for watching. If you like videos like this, make sure to subscribe and follow us for more.